What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Visual Verse. It is your host, Ayane Joseph, and today I'm so excited to be talking about the Oceans trilogy, but more specifically, Oceans 12. I just recently rewatched this movie on an airplane ride back from Europe, and man, oh man, did I forget how great it was. To be honest with you, a couple days prior before the flight back, I had a craving to watch this movie. Well, yes, that might sound crazy. I feel like there are certain movies that once you just watch them once, you want to keep watching them again to kind of see if you can see the plot points and the Easter eggs that lead up to the big reveal at the end. Of course, this is the Visual Voice, and I never spoil movies, so I won't tell you exactly what happens. But if you have seen the movie, you know exactly the plot twist that I am talking about. But going even deeper, I think that this Oceans 11, 12, and 13 trilogy is just so perfect. I mean, it's literally a robbery heist type of movie series done brilliantly. The way in which they really integrate such a meaningful and, something that you actually care about. Like, the storyline is actually really interesting. Starting in the first movie where Danny isn't only trying to make money, he's also trying to wreak havoc on the man who stole his wife. I think that adds such another cool dynamic to it of something that, you don't really think about. Who would ever rob someone, especially who would rob someone's new husband, like their ex's new husband? Like, that's just like kind of like a brain challenge or little loop in your brain, if you will. Anyways, this second movie I think is maybe my favorite out of the three. I haven't watched the 13th one in a minute, so I don't know for sure, but I know it's definitely better than the first one for me. And I think it's just because of the build-up. This one is even more intricate than the first one. I mean, they literally just scatter Easter eggs and throw them at you, and you don't realize unless you watch the movie multiple times. Even rewatching the movie, I was still confused at times. Like, I literally knew what was coming, but I was like, how did they build up to that? And I think it's just really, really cool how every single moment adds to something bigger. And I think that it's a true art that's been lost in modern movies. I think that it's too often the plot is very predictable and, it's not really thought through. I think that this is influenced by, we're in the age of, reshoots where they show footage, they test footage, and then the audience doesn't like it, so then they cave in, and the directors and producers decide to kind of switch and flip how the plot was supposed to unfold. I think that really takes away. I mean, how can you make a meaningful story when you're tweaking little parts of it? I mean, sure, that might help occasionally, but more often than not, I believe it's probably taking away from it. And so I believe that this lost art could really be improved on, and we could see excellent movies again, like the Oceans 11, 12, and 13 movies. I think it's also something to say that all of the characters in this movie they're literally A-plus celebrities, from George Clooney to Brad Pitt to so many more. I mean, Matt Damon when he was younger. I think it's really cool. He's actually a pretty talented actor, even though he said some questionable things as a human. I think that we can all admit that he is an A1 actor that really is believable and gets the job done. I think it's kind of cool how in this movie he takes on a bigger role as his character Linus, and you can see how that is. If you've seen the movie, you already know. If you haven't, you gotta check it out. I think that the acting is just beautiful and makes it even more realistic and engrossing. It's kind of fun. You can tell that these actors really cared about it. It was absolutely a passion project. They weren't in it just for the money. I think it was something different than what they're used to performing in. And so it really was just entertaining, and it's really fun to watch, and it's why I keep going back and seeing it. The villain / the bad guy in this movie is also really funny and hilarious, and I think that that's also what makes me intrigued even more so. And then as well as this movie is set in Amsterdam, I believe, and Europe really. And I was just traveling in Europe, so I was like, wait, I literally was at that train station that they're at right now. So that's just really cool when you can relate to movies in that sense. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next. And as always, I will see you next time.